What is up, guys? It's your boy Chen, and today I wanted to share my thoughts and opinions on a manga that I recently read called Sakamoto Days. And this manga is about to have its 1 year anniversary, so I am a little late to the party. And the only reason why I only heard of it now was because our boy, Laugh Now Die Later, another YouTuber, suggested me to read it, and oh boy did he pick the good one for me to read. So be sure to check him out. He made a new channel actually called Anime Now Manga Later, and he basically does podcast where he talks about related topics about manga anime. So yeah, be sure to check him out. He's a cool dude. And yeah, let's begin the video, shall we? Well, first, if you never heard of Sakamoto Days like me, well, first let me just give you a brief explanation of what it is. Our main protagonist is Taro Sakamoto, and he was a legendary hitman until one day he meets a beautiful woman and falls in love. He then gets married, gets a kid, then he gets fat and now owns a little convenience store. But because he used to be a hitman, the organization he used to work with wants him dead now, but he won't give up until without a fight. And most of the chapters, they live like their normal lives in the convenience stores, but it seems like every chapter something crazy happens. Either they get robbed or someone else gets robbed and they save them, and they get in police chase because they're bad guys kind of. And I would say the most common thing that happens is that they get targeted by hitmen. And the reason why they get targeted by hitmen was because Sakamoto has a bounty on his head, and their mission is to find this person who put this hit on Sakamoto so they can live normal lives. So I would say the story isn't like that unique, but I would say that the writer knows how to make up a story, because you know, it's just the concept of hitman versus like, it's something like very like generic, but this story, but the writer makes it where each chapter something different happens and it doesn't feel that repetitive, in my opinion. And basically what this story reminds me of is John Wick, but if his wife didn't die, basically. If you guys never heard of John Wick, oh boy, I will highly suggest watching that one too. It is probably one of the greatest hitman kind of stories as well, with great action scenes and also just a generic revenge story as well. So yeah, really great movie as well. But yeah, let's look at the main character first, who is, as we know, Sakamoto. Even though he is fat and hasn't been in the game for like 5 years, he is still a very skilled fighter, and he could beat up basically any opponent without breaking a sweat. And I would say he doesn't really talk much, and he does have some kind of weird superpowers as they show. Now in my opinion, I feel like they didn't really have to add superpowers in the show. I feel like the only reason why they added superpower was because other mangas have it, like My Hero and One Piece, and they just wanted to be like the competition as well, where they wanted to have some kind of superpower. And I feel like he doesn't really need that superpower abilities. He could be like a normal skill fighter where he knows how to use guns, knows like kung fu, and like uses smart tacticians. Because for example, John Wick doesn't have superpowers, but he is still a badass without superpowers. So you see, that's why I kind of like John Wick more, because he has no superpowers, and it's all based on skill and training that he's done for all the years now. Sakamoto has done training too, very intense. So I wouldn't say he did it all by magic, by superpowers, I would say. Then we get our side characters, which is Chen, and he is a cool collector character who was also a hitman, one of Sakamoto's ex-hitmans as well. And his last target was actually Sakamoto himself, but he failed to kill him, and after that he decided to join him to work in the convenience store. And he also has a power to read minds too, and they actually explain how he got these powers, so I like that part. And I guess mind reading is kind of a common thing nowadays. I wouldn't say it's like the unique thing, but I'll accept it. Then we get Lou, and her family is part of the mob, and she really doesn't have no fighting skills or powers, but whenever she gets drunk, she becomes a drunken kung fu master. which I really enjoy that part because it reminds me of so much of Rock Lee from Naruto. And I think this is like a reference to like Bruce Lee's Drunken Master thing. I don't know where the drunken thing has ever come, but I think it's from Bruce Lee, who's one of the greatest ones out there, who who used to do kung fu, and he's pretty famous. And then let's talk about the enemies now. At first, Sakamoto had no trouble at all, and I was worried that this is gonna be like the whole manga. But no, luckily the enemies actually get stronger and stronger each time each chapter by chapter. And they have to use like their secret weapons, which they do have, and they barely beat them at sometimes with like maybe with some luck. Cause I was glad that they added more tension there, because I don't like it when let's say Superman. I really hate Superman because he really doesn't have any weakness besides what, kryptonite, and whoever gets kryptonite, he just gets his ass beat. So to me that's like a boring story to like tell each time they play Superman. But hey, that's just my opinion. And right now we're on chapter 46, and they're fighting their most dangerous enemies yet, serial killers, and they already defeated 2. And honestly, I thought they would put more of a fight than that, but whatever. They did barely beat them though, and it wasn't just Sakamoto and the gang who fought them, it was other people too, which were S rank hitmen, so they were way more powerful than us or them. So I'm curious what's gonna happen next after they kill the serial killers, because it seems like the enemies get stronger and stronger. So what is stronger than a serial killer? My guess would be either an arsonist or maybe even an animal like a bear we have to fight now. So I don't know. So what is your guys' next guess after like a serial killer? Because I have no idea. Maybe, but yeah, we have to wait and see until that happens, because we still have 2 more serial killers left. So yeah guys, I really enjoyed this manga. It has some goofy moments, but also very intense fighting scenes, and also very dark elements where like there's dead bodies, like multiple dead bodies, because either other hitmen killed them or it's probably the serial killers who done it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this manga. Did you guys enjoy it? What do you like about it and what you dislike about it? Be sure to put it in the comments below. I'm very curious what everyone thinks about this manga. Who knows, maybe it'll become an anime soon. But other than that, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.